what I realized it's not about the winning. It's about the impact that you can have on these kids and helping them to be champions in life. And great fathers, great husbands, and just great people. What I didn't know is the impact that all these kids would have on me. My name is Klel Carson, and I've been coaching wrestling for 32 years. My journey as a wrestling coach started with my old Hall of Fame wrestling coach, Burl Miller. Wandered into a gas station when I was a sophomore in college, and he said, "Hey, Klel, what do you think about coaching wrestling with me at the high school?" And I said, "I don't even know if I'd like kids, Burl." And that's where it started, and I've been on that journey ever since. There was a time, I think, at the beginning of my career where people say that that coach is living through kids, and I was I was a wrestler that didn't necessarily always meet the goals that I had as a wrestler, and I think that kind of motivated me as a coach. As time went along, what I realized it's not about the winning. It's about the impact that you can have on these kids and helping them to be champions in life, and great fathers, great husbands, and just great people. What I didn't know is the impact that all these kids would have on me. I feel like I've lived the greatest life possible, and I don't know what's next. There's some just continue coaching for right now. I still love it, and I hope that I get to have these relationships with all these kids and continue that with more kids going into the future. And it's really awesome to be amongst people that you've just admired and respected over your career, and then to be with them, and it's a great thing to experience with these people that I've known, and different coaches from all over the state. Try not to mention any specific names, right? But I'm really thankful for that. Just to be with them and be able to continue, seeing them in different events and things, and I appreciate that. Oh man, who to thank, right? I don't know where I would start, and I don't know where I would end. It takes so much. People don't know it takes the mom that's willing to cook, 500 pounds of taco meat for a fundraiser, and people to barbecue steak all day long, get up at 5 in the morning for a steak feed, and it takes people running concession stands that have been doing it with me for years and years and years, and it takes people running a hospitality room that they're like, "Klel, are you ever gonna retire?" I've done this with you, and I keep telling them, "No, one more year." I had no idea that when I started out coaching wrestling and Burl came into that gas station that that it would open up really the world to me, and just all these people that have these relationships with, and I'm so grateful and thankful for today. I'm grateful too to the sport of wrestling and the opportunities it's given me to coach. I have been blessed to coach 4 different culture exchange teams. It's opened up the world to me. I've been able to go to Japan and meet some of the greatest wrestlers in the world, and Olympic team coaches, and been able to experience that with my own kids, my own wrestlers and my own children. I tell wrestlers this. I say, if you can wrestle and you can make it through 4 years of wrestling, you're just a little different than everybody else. That's what I tell them. You just got a little bit different, something inside of you than everybody else. Your stack of papers for an interview goes to a real short stack. If you're a wrestler, it's like you get just put in a different stack, and I think, and people know that. They're the people that hustle in the world. They're the people that hopefully do become the world's greatest fathers, and workers, and leaders, and those kinds of things. And I've seen that in my career, and it's really cool to see these kids go on with that work ethic and stuff, and become the chiropractors and the dentists and the doctors and the school teachers and the mill workers and whatever, just the people that we need in our world. The world needs more wrestlers. God has blessed me way more than I ever deserved, that is for sure. But I think the person I'm the most thankful for in this life and in this world is my wife, Amy. We didn't deserve each other for her reasons are a lot different than mine, but I'm so grateful and so thankful for her. She's been my greatest support. I tell people all the time, in education and coaching, you're never going to be rich, but you're going to be extremely wealthy if you do it the right way. And wrestling has made me extremely wealthy.